David's Roofing and Remodeling. Thank you for clicking in today to ETBU Extra on the ETBU Sportsnet. Hello, I'm Mike Mickett as we continue to talk Tiger football. Coming up next in our next segment, we'll talk about Tiger volleyball with the head coach of the Lady Tigers, Lindsey Mash. Joining us now here on the set in the Huffman Student Activities area on the campus of ETBU is the running back for the Tigers. And Jourdan, someone told me to call you Jourdan McNeil because you are indefensible. Is that true?
Yes, sir. I'm a hard guy to bring down, and I'm just, made out of steel. I got that high school nickname, and it just stuck with me.
So you played high school in Irving, right? MacArthur?
Yes, sir.
MacArthur.
Yes, sir.
So you got that nickname back then?
Yes, sir.
How did you get it? What happened to someone start calling you McNeil?
Yeah, well, I'm a pretty strong guy, so my coach is in the weight room, and the guys around me, man, he's like small, compact guy, but he can lift the world. So, that kind of McNeil, lifting the weights, and kind of stuck with me.
Now, I'm kind of curious. In the Texas college game, you had a run. Unfortunately, got called back because of a penalty, but you actually hurdled a guy. Did you run hurdles in high school?
No, sir. No, sir.
Because you had perfect form going over him.
Yeah, I got a couple moves in my sleeve, So just basically how he was playing me, he was shooting at my knees the whole game. I just watched him, and he ducked his head. You can't make a tackle like that, so just jumped over him.
Maybe you got to run hurdles,
right?
for ETB track team. I want to talk to you about when you get the ball and they call your number. What's going through your mind? Obviously the play, but what's going through your mind as you go into your offensive line?
Well, the first thing, I'm reading how many people are in the box, how many, what way the defensive line could slant. That alters what I do once I follow my path downhill. I look at the linebackers, what way they could shift, and just kind of reading the defense before the play starts. I think that's one of the most important things being a running back you have to do.
Now, there's been several times as I call the Tiger football games on the internet and on the radio, last year and this year, when you go into the line, I'm saying he's tackled, but all of a sudden you pop out of that stack. What are you doing in there to get free?
I'm just keeping my legs moving. I always pride myself about the first person is not going to tackle me. It doesn't matter who it is, defensive lineman, safety. So, just kind of staying forward, keeping my legs moving, and that's basically it.
I'm going to go back and talk about the game against Texas Lutheran University. In the ball game, you rushed for 3 touchdowns, 8 yards, 4 yards, and 2 yards on 18 carries. I know that the loss was hard to take. How does the team bounce back from getting beat by TLU Saturday?
Well, we came out yesterday and had a very good practice. We all flied around. We were all battling, and that's what we have to do. When we have good practices, we have good games. It leads up to the games. We can't just come out and be lazy and be lackadaisical. We have to come out and bounce back, and that's what we did.
Talk about your opponent coming up Saturday in Howard Payne. What do you know about them, and just kind of give us a scouting report from a player's perspective?
Well, they switched their defense around on us, so they're even front team, 4-2-5, 4-3. So it's kind of the same we played last week. We just got to come in with the right mindset this week and kind of attack them, play our game. It's not about them, it's about us.
What do you like about the chemistry of this year's team as compared to last year's team?
Well, I think we're a lot closer. Senior leadership is great in the locker room. We're always in the locker room dancing, cutting up, and it's so fun being in the locker room with those guys. It's never a dull moment, never a dull moment. So I think that's the biggest change in our locker room.
Jourdan, what do you like playing football for the Tigers? What do you like about it?
I just like Saturdays, like getting to make plays and just coach calling our number, calling my number, and seeing other guys step up and make plays. It's just the best thing.
Visiting with Jourdan McNeil. Jourdan, thank you for your time today
yes,
on ETBU Sportsnet. And Jourdan McNeil is what he's got his nickname back in high school. Coach Ergel told me to kind of ask you about that, so you can get him when you get off the stage.
Yes,
well, Jourdan, best to you and your Tigers Saturday. Jourdan McNeil has been our guest today on ETBU Extra. ETBU plays Howard Payne American Southwest Conference action this Saturday at 2 p.m. Don't go away. Still to come on ETBU Extra today. Next, we'll talk Lady Tiger Volleyball. Had a match last night against Laterno, and we'll find out how they did as we talk to the head coach, Lindsey Mash. Back in just a moment.